Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MindTrainer PRO affiliate call. My name is Heidi Wild, and I'm going to be covering today and sharing some really fun information. So, with that said, let's get started. I am going to share a presentation today that, for those of you who came from the corporate background, may recognize this. There is several different ways that we can talk about communication styles when it comes to personality types. And today I'm going to talk about the DISC method. Now, why is this important? When we're sharing information, when we're presenting, promoting, selling, talking to people, it's important that we know or have an idea of communication styles because people hear things differently. And based on their personality, which you will see, it really matters if people are hearing you in the way that you're presenting. And oftentimes we don't even think about this, right? We just present away. And this matters because people will hear you differently. So, this is how to talk to these different personality types. And we're going to go through the personality types and then I'm going to show you some conversations that you may have based on who you're talking to and how to identify these personalities. And as I'm going through these, it's a great idea to think about yourself and what personality type do you fall into? And again, there's many personality structures. If you go online, you'll see there's different types. This one is called DISC, D-I-S-K. The DISC is an acronym. The D is dominant, the I is influencer, the S is steady, and the C is conscientious. So, what does this mean in relation to anything? Well, I'm going to go through each conversation, dominant personality type, starting with the dominant. These are very direct people that want results. They're very results focused. They're typically the C level in an organization, in a corporate organization. So they might be the president, the VPs, the directors. Give it to me, no fluff, no story behind it. They're very into efficiency and progress. The I, and these are colored for a certain way. The I is green and it's the influencer. They're very social, expressive, inspiring, and they love connection and excitement. Steady is the calm, loyal, dependable type. They value harmony, security. They want to sit around and hug and talk about sing kumbaya together. And the conscientious people, they're very logical, they're detailed, they're precise. These are the type that ask a lot of questions. They value accuracy and quality. So, how are we going to present MindTrainer Pro to each personality type? So, this is a question that when we're talking, and we're all affiliates here, so give under the assumption and presuming that we all want to present MindTrainer Pro to the world, to people, to our friends, our family, our business associates. So, when we look at each personality type, the dominant, they're very decisive and bold and results oriented. And how do we know that's them? They fast talk, they're goal driven, they're very direct, they come to the point, they're blunt in many ways, in many cases. And how to present MindTrainer Pro? We're leading with results and efficiency. We're emphasizing clarity, focus, productivity gains. If they know that this tool will increase their bottom line by X%, they're going to lean in. Questions to ask. What is your biggest goal right now? How much better focus impact your success? How much would better focus impact your success? And the energy match would be confident, concise, and fast paced. So we want to match their energy when we're talking to them. We're not going to talk slow. We're not going to sing kumbaya. We're going to be really direct and right back to them so they can hear it. Influencer. And we'll go over these, and then at the end, I'm going to show you some examples, and then we can open it up for questions. Because a lot of the questions you have might be answered as I go along. The influencer, the inspirer, they're very outgoing, they're social, they're the life of the party. And they're very animated. This is how you can spot them. They're enthusiastic, they're story driven. And how you want to present MindTrainer PRO to them, you want to make it fun and inspiring. You want to talk about energy and mood and confidence and connection. And some questions that you might ask: what helps you stay inspired? Would you like to feel that flow every day? And of course, your energy match is upbeat, positive, and relational. Steady, the next one, is blue, and they are the calm, kind, dependable. They have a very gentle tone. They're very empathetic. They're nurturing. And you want to highlight for how to present MTP: balance, calm, well being, how easy it is to use, how it's going to have them feel safe. They're going to feel trusted. And when you want to ask questions to them, do you ever feel like your tank's running low? And would calm moments help you recharge? And you want to be warm and patient and sincere when you're speaking to them. The next one is conscientious, the thinker. This is the one who asks a million questions. They want to see detail. They want to see studies. They want to see scientific evidence. They are very analytical, precise, and logical. How you want to spot them is they ask a lot of questions. They're very cautious. They're very detailed. They're a thinker. How do we present MindTrainer to them? We lead with science credibility. This is the how it all works, the whole research, Morry's credentials, Morry's 40 years of decades of research. And um, the questions you would ask is, do you like understanding how things work? Want me to share the research? And of course, the energy match is answering their questions and knowing that these people need a lot of information to make decisions. So this is kind of a snapshot of how to present MindTrainer PRO to these different personality types. Dominant, lead with results. Show how MindTrainer PRO is going to improve clarity, decision making, their organization's decision making, because everything at this level starts at the top. And they're very focused on goals. So ask them questions like, what's your biggest goal right now? And how could sharper focus help you reach it? The influencer, make it personal, inspiring, highlight energy, confidence, and creativity flow. And then ask them, do you want to feel that flow every day? Steady, focus on balance, calm, reliability, and how easy this is to use and how they're going to get peace of mind. And ask them if they'd like to feel more calm and balanced to support their week. How do they recharge? And the lead science folks, you want to lead with science and credibility and explain Morry's experience and the research behind MindTrainer PRO. And ask them, how would you like to get on a Monday call and ask all your questions? That's a great question for these folks. They'd like to understand how it works and they want to see the research behind it. So now we're going to move into how to invite these personality types to Mondays with Morry. So for those that may not know, that are listening or here, every Monday at 4 p.m. East Coast time, so whatever time zone is for you, Morry hosts a question and answer call. And it's structured in a way that he is open for any questions that you may have or that your people looking at MindTrainer PRO may have. He also goes through some systems, talks about the science behind it and the benefits of it. We also share testimonials, the how to use it, any questions that come up. So this is a great tool and resource, if you're not using it, that I would invite you to invite people to the Monday call and let Morry do the work and help you show people how amazing MindTrainer PRO is for their life and whatever it is they're doing. So the invite approach would be you'll get direct insights from the creator about performance and measurable gains. Boom. Like, where's the link? Sign me up. The influencer, it's interactive, it's fun. You can ask anything and hear real success stories. That's what the influencer likes. The steady Eddie, it's calm and supportive. Morry explains everything clearly and simply. And then conscientious, you'll get all your questions answered. Everything you want to know. It's a deep dive into science and structure behind the system. So this is how to speak to every personality in one message. Now, this is what I did. I went into chat and I asked chat to help me create some communication so that it speaks to all 4 personality types. And when you're emailing people, you definitely, in Facebook posts or Instagram or any kind of social media, you want to talk to all these personality types because they're all sprinkled into your audience. So imagine if your brain could learn how to reset automatically. No effort, no overthinking, no forcing calm when life feels heavy. So it's no forcing, it's easy. Just a few moments of sound and frequency guiding your brain, your mind into balance, focus, and flow. That's what I found inside MindTrainer PRO, a simple science-based system that helps your brain do what it's designed to do. It's not meditation, it's not mindset work, it's technology that works with your mind, not against it. I've been using it daily, and the difference is undeniable. More peace, more clarity, more ease in everything I do. Curious? Try it here. And then put your affiliate link. So this is an example of a post that talks to the different personality types. So I want to take a minute and have you reflect on yourself. And what personality type feels most natural for you to speak to? And how do you want people to speak to you? Do you need every question answered? And it's okay, whatever personality type you are, it's awesome. Just know it so that when you're hearing, you can actually talk to people and say, you know, I'm this kind, I need all my answers. So I don't need all the answers. I'm just wanting to have fun. So, how can you adjust your tone when speaking to other people? And how can you try explaining MindTrainer PRO to one of each type? So, what changes during your presentation? And notice how matching energy builds instant trust and connection. So, here's the takeaway: you're leading with energy, you listen with intuition, and then you match their vibe. So, my next piece is to go into some Facebook posts and emails. So again, I worked with my chat GPT, and here again is can everybody see this okay? Morry, can you see this?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So here are the type of personalities, the tone, and what they feel. So I'll give you a moment. I'm going to read that. Just a reminder of the 4 types of personalities.
Sorry to interrupt, Heidi, but is there a possibility of you putting your presentation up in the Facebook affiliates group?
Oh, absolutely. This is
That'd
all
be
going.
great. I'm sure everyone could get a lot of value from that.
You bet. I plan to. Thank you. Okay, so with these personality types, I asked for a couple things. I asked for Facebook posts and I asked for emails. And then I asked it to break it down so we could really see how it's talking to each personality. So here's my prompt. Please write a Facebook post that creates curiosity and past all 4 personality types. Absolutely. Here's a Facebook post crafted to resonate with all 4 while creating so this, of course, everyone, I put in to chat about DISC before I asked it this. So I got a lot of information into that chat so that it would know how to respond. So this blends energy, science, and heart. So everyone sees what they value most: results, inspiration, peace, or understanding. So here's the post. What if your brain could learn calm, clarity, and focus automatically? Here's the body. Now, I asked, this is broken down by each type of personality. I've been exploring a technology that's quietly transforming how people think, feel, and perform, and it doesn't require effort, meditation skills, or extra time in your day. It's called MindTrainer PRO, and it uses sound, frequencies, and visuals to gently train your brain for a calm focus, better sleep, and more energy to create what you love. For my driven folks, it helps you reset and refocus fast so you perform at your best without burnout. For my social creatives, it lifts your mood and keeps you in flow. For my peaceful nurturers, it restores your energy so you can give from a full cup. And for my thinkers, it's backed by 40 years of research in brainwave entrainment, real science, no fluff. It's simple. Just headphones and press play. If you're curious what it feels like when your brain works for you, not against you, drop peace in the comment below. So I pulled this out of AI, and to me, it's not exactly what I would say. So I would reword it. And I want to remind everyone to not take everything from chat or any AI tool that you're using. I want to have you make it your own so that it sounds authentic. People can spot AI right away. There's also these M dashes, things like that, which I left in on purpose to illustrate that this looks and sounds AI-y. Okay, so now I want it rewritten to speak to everyone without calling out the personality types. It feels organic, heart-centered, and ends with your peace engagement cue. So this is the same post without the articulating the different personality types or calling them out. And this is really cool to know because when you're posting or you're emailing people, you want to touch them all. You want to talk to them all. Okay, so now I want to send some emails. I want to write an email that will introduce MindTrainer PRO and resonate with all four personality types. So it's clear and results oriented, it's warm and uplifting, it's calm and reassuring, and it's credible and scientific, all in one seamless flow that sounds like me, grounded, high vibe, and real. Now, you have your own sounds like you in your chat. So these emails are based on my chat knowing me. Here's some subject lines that you can choose from. And you can choose whichever one feels right for you, or you can ask for more. Okay, let's go into the email. Now, this did the same thing. It identified for the go-getter, the creative, the nurturer, because I told them I was doing a training today. I told my chat. So it really is digging down to show you the difference. This is not an email I would send. I'm not going to read it. I'll let you read it. Cool, right? And then at the bottom, if you love learning directly from the source, you can join Mondays with Morry, a live Q&A where the creator himself explains how it works and answers real questions. So I'm talking to all the people. I probably wouldn't sign it high vibes and calm focus. Depends on my audience. So now I want a shorter one, and I don't want the personality types called out. So see how my prompts, I'm telling my chat what to do. So here's some subject lines. Now, people reading this aren't going to know that I'm presenting strategically to all four personality types. However, when they read what their personality type is, they're going to lean in. Can you all see maybe by raise of hands, or is this making sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going into, let's break down each personality type within the same email. So I want to kind of dig into so you can really see and take home the different types of personalities and how they respond to what you are writing. So the dominant personality sees results, implies speed and power without wasted effort. The influencer feels curiosity and excitement. So this is why they're leaning in. The steady person finds comfort in the word calm. They feel safe. They feel balanced. And then the conscientious type loves logic. Uh, they'll be at every question and answer 4 p.m. Morry call or listen to the recordings. They love logic and they love answers. Imagine if your brain could learn how to reset, automation, control, and productivity, love efficiency, the dominance. The eyes love visual and imagination. Word imagine activates their creativity. The S folks love comfort. They like to feel gentle and renewed. And then, of course, the C love logic. Logic. No effort, no overthinking, no forcing, calm when life feels heavy. So here's each of the lines and how it's responding to each personality. Just a few moments of sound and frequency guiding your mind into balance, focus, and flow. Boom. Give me some performance, energy, creativity, stability, peace, and science and structure. Okay, the D likes a simple system, efficient, practical. The I helps your brain do what it's designed to do. It's inspiring and empowering. The S, everybody loves help. It's going to help my brain. It's going to nurture my brain. It's supportive. And the C, it's science-based. It's logical. It's credible. So it's breaking down each area. For me, it reminds me to take a look at my writing and how I can appeal to my audience, whatever personality type they are. So here's a summary again of the DISC model. You can call it whatever you want. These are the acronym that this particular structure uses. So, how to present MindTrainer PRO to different personalities. Each person processes information, makes decisions differently. So, our goal isn't to sell, it's to speak their language and match their energy. And the DISC model helps you do that by reading someone's style so you can guide them towards the alignment with MindTrainer PRO naturally. So, here are some keywords that the dominant driver director has. They're decisive, competitive, results oriented, fast paced, no fluff. So if you know you're talking to somebody like this, then here's how to present results. Maybe they want the business system or the sales system or the athlete for peak performance. And let us remind you, to be reminded that the athlete system is not only for the athlete. Who doesn't want peak performance, right? We talked about that on Monday. That a lot of these systems are for everyone, not just the name. So this is the D, and here's some questions to ask. And here's your energy match. They're not warm and fluffy. They don't want to sit around and sing Kumbaya usually. So you want to be relatable to these personality types. Now, on the other hand, the inspired influencer, social butterfly, they'll sing Kumbaya all day. They love stories. They love people. They want connection. You can present a mind trainer to make it fun and personal, how they're going to love it. It's going to lift their vibration. It's like giving your mind a daily tune-up for inspiration and confidence. And then, of course, share your story. And you can share your story with every personality type based on what they value, right? So if I were going to talk to the dominant, I'd share about my productivity and how efficient I am with my time and how my sales have increased as a result. It's things like that. So you can always weave in your story. So these are questions to ask the influencer. What keeps you inspired and feeling your best? If you could feel flow and confidence daily, what would that open up for you? And then you want to match their energy with enthusiasm and being upbeat and expressive. And then the steady supporter, harmonizer. They're very gentle, they're slow to trust, they're great listeners. They'll ask about others before themselves. And then here's how to present it. It's safe, it's gentle, it's calm, it's really easy to use. You just put your headphones on, that's it. Talk about their nervous system, and then questions to ask for them. Would a few moments of calm each day help you recharge? Do you feel like you're giving so much that your tank is running out of energy? And then being kind and steady and reassuring and genuine, not hypey or anything like that. And then, of course, the science thinker, they're very logical, they're very detailed, they're skeptical until they understand the how behind everything. And they ask a lot of questions and they want proof, they want data, they want credentials, they want scientific evidence. And so here's how to present it. You focus on that. You focus on the structure and the credibility and the evidence and the developer. And I don't know if it's certified. Whoops. Sorry, hold on. Morry, I have to check with you. I don't know if it's certified in Canada. I might have to take that out.
Okay, if what is certified in Canada?
Oh, the system.
Okay, I don't understand. Certified by who?
That's okay. I took it out. This is a
Okay.
see, okay, another reminder, you have to check your content in AI. You have to check facts. You have to read everything because I saw that and I said, "Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it's on the website somewhere." Anyway, um, this is the point of the thinker, the analyzer, the one who wants answers, that the system integrates proven frequencies and patterns backed by 40 years of research and how it works. And these are questions to ask. Do you like to understand the science behind how things work before you try it? Would you like the link to all the FAQs? Everyone, there's a great resource in our Facebook group, FAQ document that answers many questions that a lot of us ask or that a lot of our people ask. So let's be conscientious to use that resource. And to this particular personality type, they'll go through it and get all their questions answered. And the energy match is calm, logical, professional, and give facts before feelings. And now here's how to blend the approach. So I find for me, as well as a lot of other people, most people are a mix of two styles. So you can read cues like the fast talker and emotional is dominant and an influencer. So lead with energy and close with results. The quiet and detailed focused is conscientious and steady. So lead with safety and then back up with data. And the friendly and calm, the influencer, lead with connection and close with comfort. So that is what I had to share. I'm going to save this because I changed it a little and come back to the room. All right. How was everybody? How was that? Did that make sense? Maura, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I first of all wanted to say excellent job. That was really, really good. And hopefully you're going to put both documents in the Facebook group so people can have it and they didn't have to worry about giving themselves carpal tunnel writing everything down. But one thing I wanted to also suggest is there's a process called mirroring. You're all probably pretty familiar with that. So if somebody's doing this, you don't want to mirror them exactly, but you want to kind of mimic them a little bit, kind of on a subtle level. It makes people feel more comfortable with you, more like you're on the same page, you think the same way, you're the same kind of person. Gives you more credibility. The other thing is, I'm looking at Heidi right now. If you're on a Zoom with someone, look into the camera, do not look at the person. Because looking at Heidi, I look disenfranchised, disconnected. But looking in the camera, now it looks like I'm looking at all of you. So you engage people a lot better by looking in the camera, even though it's awkward as hell to look into a camera.
That's a good reminder.
Yeah. The other thing is, if you're going to be on a Zoom with someone, camera on. I don't care if you have a bad hair day, if your makeup is on bad, if your lipstick is over here. I'm talking to you, Steve, about the lipstick problem because I've seen him with that before. But these are little hints and little ways that you can engage people better. They're going to be stronger. There's going to be a more of a connection and more likelihood they're going to buy something because they're going to trust you because you're actually looking at them, not at their picture. Now, everyone knows that you're looking at them, but it's you're losing the eye contact, you lose the engagement.
Mm.
So I just wanted to add those three little helpful hints.
Yes, and thank you. And I do want to acknowledge that everybody can't be on camera at every call, and that's completely understandable. And the point, Maury, that you're making is the more you can be on camera, and sometimes people aren't on camera because they don't like to be on camera. They don't want to be seen. And
Actually, Heidi, just to clarify, I meant when you're on a sales call. I
oh,
don't mean when you're on this call.
okay.
This call, if you're naked, I don't want to see it. I'm sure you don't want to see me naked either, so that's fine. But I'm just saying, if you're on a sales call with a person, you're going to have a much higher chance of converting them if you're on camera, if you're looking at them, and if you're doing mild. You can look away here and there, see what their body's doing to do stuff like that. So anyway, I just wanted to share that.
No, no.
Thank you.
On a sales call, I can't imagine not being on camera. However, point taken. Michael, hello.
Hello, no, just really quick adding 2 cents based on what you guys were just saying that I found too is if you're on camera, they'll be on camera 9 times out of 10 because they'll reciprocate what you're doing. And the value that I get out of reading people's faces and reactions to what we're saying, understanding if they're getting you, if they're not getting you. And like right now, I apologize. I had to go pick up my daughter, so I am not on camera, but I 99% of the time am on camera. But yeah, I found it to be extremely important to do that. So that's why I do it.
Very good point. And to talk about the mirroring and to talk about the personality types, the more information we can get about the person that we're presenting to, the better, right? So when we see them, when we see their expressions, when we see their response to something we said in their facial expressions, are they smiling? Are they leaning in? Are they like this? So they're closed up or like this, like they're not even interested or whatever, or they're looking at their watch. Okay, how long is this going to take? All cues. Well, I'm exaggerating. However, it's about awareness. It's about being in a place where we're really good listeners. We are on present moment task. We are not thinking about what we're having for dinner or the responsibilities we have after the moment we're in. And people can sense that. And when we match the personality and no eating, okay, Maury, no eating. Oh, well, that goes without saying too. However, good, worth mentioning. Is there any other comments or questions in regards to the personality types? Could you see yourself in any of these? Was it helpful to be reminded if or learn for the first time if you haven't heard this before? Michael?
Just saying, yes, found it very helpful. So thank you first and foremost. Um, I was actually thinking, you got me thinking. I'm sure it's out there, but I don't know if there's a custom GPT because I was thinking, how beneficial would it be if you could have a GPT that goes out and scrapes people's social profiles, or you could scrape the known information you have and to try to help formulate what their personality type is. So when you speak to them, you'd be able to have a lot of that information already at your fingertips without having to spend exponential amount of time at the outset. Now, granted, you always want to spend time out front before you speak to someone, but I was just trying to figure out what's the best way you could get that information, and creating a custom GPT that would do that would be, or something agentic would be very beneficial.
That's an interesting idea.
You can do that. You can do that. All you really need to do is because ChatGPT won't log in for you on your
Right.
personality. So you could copy and paste it into a document, drop it in and say, where do these people show up on the disk scale?
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
probably all you have to do.
And
Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking. Is create like Sing Agent where it logs in using your information or something like that to the different profiles with different agents, and have it go out and pull that information and throw it into one consolidated document that then can provide you an update. And all you do is enter their name or their, like I do this is I do some work with influencers personally. So what I do is I created a custom GPT that enters their main handle. It goes out, it searches for all their handles and pulls in about 95% of the information that I need for when I speak to them. So I was trying to think, well, this would be very beneficial if we did the same thing for the profile. And I never thought of this before, just strictly came out of this call today, is how beneficial that would be with everyone I talk to if I'm understanding that even more, but I'm having that information presented to me based on the signs that they've already indicated in their public profiles or in their public posts.
mhm. And to that point, and this is what I was also going to say, Michael, you bring up a good point, and I'd go out on their socials. If you go on their website, it's a good chance that someone, unless you're going to present to a company, but it doesn't matter because that you're presenting to a decision maker, not the company. And you also don't, someone else wrote that website, probably, not the decision maker. So keep that in mind. And the more personal information, even a letter that they wrote you, you could dump that into chat and say, based on what you know about DISC, give me what personality type this letter represents and how would I present my product, MindTrainer PRO or whatever it is, based on this communication style. Beverly, I'm going to go to you and then back to Michael.
Okay, Heidi, thank you for this. I'm familiar with DISC, but I love how you presented it and put in the questions, possible questions to be asking each type. And I really appreciate you showing how you prompted ChatGPT to go through all the different scenarios. So thank you very much for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome, Beverly. And it's great to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too, Heidi.
Awesome. All right. I'm glad it was helpful. That was the intention. Michael, back to you.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep on chiming in, but you're, from a mastermind perspective, you keep on putting different ideas in my head. So thank you.
Love it, Michael.
Emails.
I'm an idea.
Emails is how they speak.
Oh, say
Yeah,
it.
so take their emails that you already have and fire that. Yeah, take the existing emails that they've sent you. That's how they talk. They're writing 90% of them. You can tell the ones that aren't written by them because they're generic, but 99% of them are going to be written by that person. So take their emails. That's telling you their communication style. That's telling you their words, how they communicate. Dump that in, and that's going to provide you. See, I never even thought of that. Thank you.
Michael, we're here to serve. I'm so excited you're getting all these ideas. Great. All right. I know we try to keep this 30 to 45 minutes, so we do have a couple minutes left. Is there any other comments or questions that are burning inside of you right now? Or what are you going to do with this? Thank you, Susie. What are you going to do with this? One or two people? Are you going to hang up and then go about your day and never do anything with this? Or what are you, and I'm only saying that because lots of times that's what happens to me. I get great information and then do nothing. So it's not being digging on anyone, it's actually asking people for maybe out loud, make a commitment that you'll use it the next time you talk to someone. And creating a few GPTs. Michael, let's connect. I love this idea. We can brainstorm together. And it's not only about MTP, folks. This is how you can talk to your children and how your parents or your partner. It's about communicating with them on level and language and energy that they will hear you. How many times do we talk to somebody and we're talking French and they're talking German? And English is their language because so we're not communicating. Morry, back to you.
Yeah, so here's a little trick that'll help you to do.
Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. So here's a little hint. Take that disc slide that describes the person, the question, the answer, that kind of thing, and just leave it on your desk. And when you get up in the morning and you spend your first few minutes at your computer, just read it to yourself once. That's it. Just start every day reading it to you. It'll eventually you'll develop neural pathways to that information that will automatically cue in. You'll see how people are acting and reacting to what you're saying, and you'll just naturally adjust and adapt as you need to. You'll become a far better communicator without stressing yourself to remember. Just by every day, just once, just read the slide. That's it. It'll take you 30 seconds.
Awesome. And I'm working on looking straight into the camera and not at anybody. So that was a great tip too.
Yeah,
Anybody
sure.
else before we wrap? No.
Well, here's something for people who have a hard time with writing GPTs. Go into ChatGPT and just write in the prompt area. I want you to write me a GPT that will do this, and this for me. Thank you. Go. It'll write you the GPT. You copy and paste it into a GPT, name it what you want to name it. There you go. You have a custom GPT that ChatGPT wrote for you. That does exactly what you're looking for.
Perfect. Thank you, Morry, for that.
Sure.
And if you're not using AI, it would be a good idea to at least start playing with it because it's a great tool. And I'll say it again that you want to make everything your own and you want to fact check before you
Definitely
send any
fact check.
and read it as if you're receiving it and ask yourself if you feel that somebody would sound like AI. What does it sound like AI? Does it sound like a human? Because if someone feels like it sounds like AI, they're going to feel dismissed that this person didn't even take the time to write an email from themselves or fix it to sound like themselves.
If it says at the very first line, I hope this email finds you well, that's AI and a half. So even if you love the rest of what it wrote for you, delete that one line because that's a dead giveaway that you don't hope anything. You hope what you're really saying is, I hope you don't see that I put no effort into writing this letter to you.
Right. I just took a picture of these ideas in the chat. If you don't know, you can save the chat if you're ever on a Zoom by clicking open the chat, and then you can click the three dots. If you're on your computer, this does not work on a phone. Whoops. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for your time today and for hearing my presentation that I created to help you all with personality types. And we're all probably a little bit a mix of a couple. So think about that and let people know when you're communicating with them. Look, I'm a science gal. I need all the answers. I'm not personally. However, if I was, like, I need to know every credential and scientific evidence about this. So show me that. Or let's go hug and have a party and feel high vibe. And that, where's the link? Set me up. And with that, have a great day, everyone, and let's go out and share the high vibe scientific evidence of MindTrainer Pro.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Heidi. You did a great job.
You're welcome. Thank you. Take care, everyone.